I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Sal
Sal,
Capaccio. Yeah, WGR. I'm your
going on?
sideline reporter. I don't think I've jumped on a lot of these Zoom calls with you. It's unfortunate this year, and we haven't gotten a chance to get to go know you guys.
I'm telling you, man, this
I
is
know
wild
it
here.
has, and I want to ask you about that. How has this year been frustrating because you haven't been on the field as much as you wanted because of a couple of the injuries? And then how much do you look at the final stretch run and thinking, hey, I still got a really good chance to make an impact for this team, and even on a playoff run?
Yeah, very much so. It's just been very, very strange all around. I want to say probably one of the weirdest ones I had yet. I think everybody really, but for myself, speaking, I've never had injuries like this. I think this year is really the only year that I've been out this much due to, injury, and then getting that whole going through the code process. Like it's just been one thing after another. But I'm still grateful. I'm still blessed because a lot of people, looking at it in 2020, have it a lot worse. So if we can go through that and still be, persevering through it all, hey, I'm glad. I'm, I'm glad to. I'm very very grateful enough to still be able to, walk this thing out. And we're on a football team that goes to the same extent because of who we have on this team and where our goals and aspirations are. They're still there, and nothing has changed from that. So why are we wavering? We're not. We're going to keep going forward, and looking forward to finishing out this thing on a high note.
It's a good perspective on life that way when you still have things when others don't, obviously. What you've been on teams have gone on playoff runs, deep playoff runs. How important is this final stretch basically to have everything nailed down and be buttoned up?
I think it's everything. It's everything. It's it's pretty much where it all counts. This is like a dress up rehearsal of these games and making sure everything is prepared just right and going into the playoffs. I mean, that is where you separate um, winning teams from losing teams. I know the regular season is that, and stats come, but when the playoffs come, stats out the window. This is man game on a man game, and it's whether you want to go to that next level, you have to beat the opponent that's in front of you. Nothing else matters but a win, and that's why it's so competitive. Every play is just you must win, and if you get them all up down to the last play of the game, then you go to the next level if you defeat that opponent. And I think we are in a good position to where our team is rising to that occasion.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, and good to finally meet you here.
Yeah, you too, Sav. I've been seeing some things from you, but
All right.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Josh, this is Jordan LaBarber with Bills.com. How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just looking at your tweet about the small business initiative, I see you mentioned that you learned that the people are what makes this place great. I'm wondering if you could shed some light on the experiences you've had that's kind of taught you that.
Absolutely. Just neighbors. Neighbors coming into a neighborhood, coming and greeting us, open arms, and, big smile on their faces, and welcome to whatever they have, and then
Take it if you want it.
traveling and going into the city. Definitely meeting people to help with the initiative, and everyone trying to come together with social injustice. I think that was one of the biggest things when I first got here as well. And then just the open arms and how it make you feel when you go into places. Miss Jennifer, who's masseuse for me, how coming into that place was just so full of life, and everybody is excited and everybody is glad to be doing something, and you see that, and that was a small business. So all those things are compiling into what makes Buffalo and their people so special, because you go around places, and not saying that this place, other places aren't, because they are, but here is just, I felt like I was at home. I really did. I'm a South Carolina boy, so that goes without saying that hospitality is everything. And when you think about New York, you think about the busy street lights and all that other stuff. But coming to Buffalo, I kind of got a little Southern taste. So that's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
We just talked to Micah Hyde, and he said if you guys had a team dinner, you'd be the guy trying to set it up and cater it all. I guess where does that giving spirit kind of come from, both in the community and in the team sense, and why do you embrace that role in the locker room?
I don't know. I think this came from my grandpa. He was one that gave everything. But I knew something was up when, I was one day I was at church, and I tell you, I had like $20. I think a week before my grandpa, like his friend had gave it to me, and I ended up, giving it to the church offering. So I was just like, wow. But guess what? Something came back more from that, and that was just one of those things that I've always done. Or what if I didn't have, I still gave because of, I think my true purpose in life is to help others and to grow them more so than, myself. And if that's my greatest gift, I don't, like, you're receiving gifts, it's okay, but giving them is so much better. Like, I feel so much better. And I think for me, it's just, what is your purpose in life? What do you think you're doing here on this earth? Are you helping somebody else out, or are you sucking up the air? And for me, I'm glad to be a part of the ones that's helping.
It's awesome. Great hearing from you, man. Thank you.
You too.
Josh Norman, Mookie Hawkins, 104 Sports 1080. How's it going?
What's up, Mookie? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Last time we spoke, we was talking about that pizza party. I heard that you officially got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I did, man. Appreciate the guys. That was definitely a fun time. They tore it up, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Welcome to Buffalo once again, the city of good neighbors. You specified that, and care to talk about how important it is small businesses here in the community and your Stars 24 program.
So, small businesses, like I said earlier, it truly is the heartbeat of this community. And not just this community, but you look at other communities in different states, it's really the heartbeat of those places. And the United States itself, without those small businesses, it's kind of like how you get those essential things that you need to go forth. Like, and in the day, yeah, you have Walmart and those Targets, those big places, but what really makes the thing go is the small businesses. And what people aren't doing at this point in time when we are having all these shutdowns is looking after the low man. Low man. And these small businesses is what really provides for us in those everyday moments. And you take that out, where's the life? I bet you go downtown right now, you see no life, nobody on the street, no nothing. And I get it, we are in a shutdown situation, but heck, if it was open, it would be vibrant. So, I mean, that goes to say, like, what really truly is, the backbone of America. And when you look at that, what more can you do to help out your neighbor? And that's why, I took it upon myself and my nonprofit organization, Stars 24, to, start something and create an initiative to where everybody can put into a pot because everybody's talking about it. So let's start it. Let's do something. And so put into this pot and help out these small businesses during these holiday seasons. Shut them down earlier during the season, shut them down again. And now here we go in the holidays in the Christmas spirit, and we shut down again. So, how are they able to survive? Some of these businesses probably won't come back, but the ones that can, and the ones that need it the most, let's help them out and let's do something. So if everybody can just think about how many people in Western North, period, just give $1 or something to the program, like, look how much more we'll be off, better off than not. So, I mean, $2,500 is going to the businesses who apply for it. And once we able to get, whatever we put in, everything going out. So as many people we can help through it, that's what we're going to do.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. God bless you, man. You got a good heart and good luck this weekend.
For sure, man. Thank you very much. God bless you too.
Josh, John Morrow with the Associated Press. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, John?
Yeah, nothing much. It's just you strike me really. We haven't really gotten to know you because of this. and you really haven't gotten to know Buffalo completely because you can only do so much in these self-isolating times. But it seems to me, it strikes me that you like to throw yourself feet first into places. So what, I mean, you talked highly about Buffalo. What do you get about this place that's different or unique from other places?
Look, I've been to a lot of places. I've said that before, but this place is truly a hidden gem. And the reason why I say that is because, like, the springtime and the summer is like, it is perfect weather. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get to the people, but the weather, like, just in general, it is perfect. And then when you sit back and you look at all the beautiful trees and the coloration of it all, you think, man, this is such a beautiful creation. Like, and then you go into town and then you see people and you meet people. They're like, hi, how you doing? It's not a conversation where, like, nobody is saying anything. They ask and they inquire, and you look at that and it's like, it's so easy to get around and move. And you don't have to really struggle to, I would say, make someone have it, or when you come into a place, make it to where, all right, I got to show who I truly am to make a friend or something. No, like, they're inviting you into that. And the places I've been, yeah, I've seen some things that aren't so good, and I've seen some things that are. But the things that aren't, like, that is something to where I feel like we all have a part to play into helping. And so that's why I felt so gravitated towards doing something in this community if I'm going to be here.
Gotcha. And the last thing is your upbeat personality. I mean, here you are, just tested, or you just put on the COVID list, and you're putting out a video saying, "Don't worry about me. It's like other people have it far worse." It's like, okay, forget about it. I'll be back, whatever. But I mean, given what you've gone through, and you talked about the injuries that you've had now, this latest setback with the COVID list, how have you been able to keep so upbeat through all this? Just where's that come from?
God has truly, like, from him. I promise you, they ain't nothing from me. Like, you catch me 4 days, like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, probably would have been a different story. But now it's just, I'm so at peace. I truly am. And when it's truly a testament. I think Gandhi even said this. Like, you find yourself when you lose yourself in the generosity of people. And it's one of those things where I know what my purpose is in life, and I know it is I have to give to others and to people. And if I've went through this life and I had a Hall of Fame career, and you think of me just in that, then I failed you. If I haven't done something to have a Hall of Fame career in my philanthropy, then I don't want to be known as anything, because I'm a vampire. I'm sucking air. Like, I'm doing something that, okay, yeah, I was gifted to do it, but at the same time, what have I done to push somebody else forward in my life? And I think when you look at it from that standpoint, it's more so spiritual than it is anything else, because things that's going on with the eyes can't see. And for me, I see it as, okay, that's a challenge, because I can't do anything about, all the moving parts that's around me, the injuries or COVID or anything else, or how I'm being affected to not playing on the field. But what I can do something about is my attitude towards it. And, I don't want to come in and be down about the situation. I want to uplift. And I have so much to give. So let me go ahead and give that out.
And lastly, because you brought it up, 4 years ago, you would have been this way. What changed? Was it just, I mean, 4 years ago, you signed a huge contract, but I'm not sure if that was just it.
No, it wasn't. My chip on the shoulder has just, like, I was just I don't know, man. I didn't find myself. I was an angry person. I think that, there was a lot of things that was going on to where I didn't quite figure it out yet. This life that we live in. And I think the more as you get older, the more you start to see that the materialistic things doesn't matter. is about what you do for others that truly matters. And if you can take yourself out of you for a moment and stop worrying about what's going to happen here and there and how you feel, but when you put yourself in the sense of, someone else, or you become less about you and more about, others and other things that you can do to improve, then you improve yourself. And I had to learn that, and I had to, go 40 days and 40 nights. If people know what I'm talking about, you read the Bible. I had to go through those things, and trust me, some dark times. 19 was a very dark time, but I was able to come out and out on the other end for the better. And I'm just truly grateful that my perspective in a lot of things have changed for the good, and I'm blessed in that area.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you.
All right, Josh, this is Mark Gahn from the Buffalo News. Everybody else has asked great questions. You've been given eloquent answers. And let me just check a couple facts. Your website, the Josh Norman Youth Center in Greenwood, South Carolina, has that opened yet, or is that not open because of 2020?
So it was basically the 2020 has put a halt to a lot of things. And
Right, yeah.
that was one of the things I was going to go down there too and open it up. But now we did a soft opening like yesterday on the
Right.
2nd, where, people who wanted to sponsor and donate to the school, they came through and they saw it all. And I think we got a $25,000 check from County Bank, which is still coming in, but for us, 21, when we get done, is when we're gonna groundbreak and do a ceremony for it.
Right. And then just for the record, the COVID, were you not asymptomatic? Did you actually have any symptoms or mild symptoms or not really?
Yeah, it was very, very mild. Like I took a Z-Pack and I thought like I was good.
Right.
So like, because I always take it during that time, and then it was like, no, you got it. And I tested and went negative, positives, to the point where it was just like, all right, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm gonna take whatever I have to take with it, and I'm gonna go along. And 2 days later, I got tested, and 10 days later, and I didn't have it. So
Right.
yeah.
What year did you start the Stars 24?
That was first when I came in 2012.
Okay. All right. And then this question, I wanted to ask you this weeks ago. It probably won't even fit into the story, but as you know, social media, there was a lot of run with the Derrick Henry hit. And Derrick Henry is a world-class stud, but I don't think a lot of people realize the very next play, Henry came at you and you took him down. Did your teammates or anybody give you any credit for it? Did anybody say, hey, you take any satisfaction in that?
I don't take satisfaction in doing my job.
Oh.
I think when you look at it from a standpoint of people, they just want to see something cool. I think like we got too much of a social world that stuff that don't even matter or count, which that play did not count. They hark on that and they stick on that because it's like, oh my gosh, and the person who it's done to. Like if it was done to someone else, that probably not even. That was just like a highlight. Okay, cool. But since it was done to someone that people still have something on, it's more highlighted. And I know that. And when you in those situations, you a ball player, so you're not thinking about anything like that. Right. Me personally, I'm going after the football. I'm always happy and always will. And when that thing happens, it's football. It is what it is. Yeah. But the next couple plays, like you're gonna see me. Trust me, I'm here all day. And you're gonna feel me. So when it happened, and then I came back from it. But no, nobody talks about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Hey, Josh, Omar from NFL Network. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
Inspiring to hear you talk and all the work you've done with DeMario, over the years, just tremendous. So, hats off again about that. I wanted to ask about, your comments a little earlier about, the intensity that's required, the sort of playoff mentality here in this last stretch of the season. You're going to be facing, a 49ers team that's pretty desperate, a lot of injuries. and everything like that. Is that emblematic of that sort of intensity, the playoff-like atmosphere that you're expecting to see the rest of the way here?
Well, I'm expecting to see people buy in to get in a place to where, playoff position. That's what I'm expecting to see. Um, you know, um, if they got a chance, do we have a chance? You got to win out. A whole bunch of different, how would I even say, combinations to where if this team does this, we got to do this. And I feel pretty good about us as a football team, where we are right now, and where we're trying to go, and what we need to do in order to get there. And they're just stacking these bricks each and every week, man, and really looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, what do we need to shore up? Like fine tune, if I would say, in certain areas in our game, on defense, offense, and special teams. Because when you look at it, I think we know what teams will be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And now when we are one of those teams, now we got to look how we can get better in each opponent that we play. And so therefore we have to take that approach in. All right, we know we got a team here that can threaten us here. So we have to be better than them in this area in order to win the ball game. Because it's always going to be about wins. Don't get me wrong. But when we get to the playoffs, like, it's a whole nother different beast. So,
sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
Thank
you. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Josh, that's it, my man.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.